This is the story of Nehemiah, how he helped in the building of Jerusalem's walls. He was a servant to Artaxerxes, the king. He was the one who brought him like his drinks and stuff. And one day he approached the king, Nehemiah did, and the queen was sitting there with him. And he looked sad, and the king said, "Why are you sad?" And he explained to him that he heard that things were going on now. They're building the temple or whatever. He wanted to help rebuild the wall around the city. Anyway, one thing led to another. The king said, "Go." He seemed like he was a good king to was a good guy to him. When he got there, after 3 days, he surveyed the walls, the damage, and then he started talking about his proposal with the people. And the people seemed to get excited about the project, like rebuilding the wall was a good idea. Yeah, as usual, some people were troublemakers, like this guy, Sanballat. He was a pain in the ass. He was trying to stop them, at every turn. Chapter 3 lists all the builders involved with this job. But the interesting thing about this was they all had different duties. Like, it wasn't just one big wall, it was a lot to it. There was like gates, they call them sheep gates, doors, locks, a broad wall section. There was houses, built along the wall, furnace towers. So it wasn't just a simple wall. There was a lot, to it. So it lists all the people and what they did, their participation, I guess their group. That guy Sanballat became such a pain in the ass that what they did was they took half the workers and made them stand by like guards with swords and spears in hands while the other people just continued to work. I guess they had to protect, the progress. This part was cool too, because we see a lot of stuff in the Bible that we can relate to today. Because now all the Jews working on this project started whining because they're all doing this project, but their own personal, their farms or whatever, their stores, whatever, was suffering because they're donating a lot of time to this thing. So, in not this many words, but they pretty much describe Nehemiah appealed to the nobles, and the people, the workers, were given some kind of stimulus package to appease them, for doing a good job. Because Nehemiah kind of shamed them. Like, your people are doing something for God, they're trying to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, and you're not really helping them, they're doing all the work and for God, and, so you got to do something for them. So they did. The walls are done now, but the gates aren't up yet. And Sanballat and Gershom sent for Nehemiah like 4 times. They sent for him. They wanted to sit down with him, but Nehemiah wouldn't go. Then they started playing dirty. They're like, "You better come talk to us, or we'll send like this letter to the king saying you're a bunch of rebels. We'll make trouble for you." Apparently, he worked through the threats, and in 52 days, the job was complete. Then it lists like all the people that showed up for this big celebration. It was like 7 days long, and Ezra laid down the law, God's law, to all these people. It took 7 days to make sure every single person heard it. That was cool too. There seemed to be like a newfound, revival or something. People were talking about the old times and the Moses story and this and that, and people were reflecting on the past. Things seem to be going good here. They made a new covenant with God, and it lists the people that were involved with that, and everybody was obeying the rules, and things seemed pretty good. At the end, something happened, the usual. Everything seems to be going good. And there was people I guess along the wall, selling stuff, setting up, and people were selling on the Sabbath. And that was one of the main rules, you're not supposed to work on the Sabbath. So here we go again. Are the people going to turn once more? We'll see.